These chickens already have been cleaned. The giblets and the excess fat were stripped out from the inside. On each side of the backbone, just inside the tail opening, there's a kidney. These can be scooped out. Then give the chickens a thorough cold water rinse. Next, a tablespoon of seasoning, level to lightly rounded, goes inside of each chicken. This doesn't have to be spread around. The natural rotisserie action will take care of that. The chickens are ready to be put on the rod. The commercial oven holds up to 4 chickens per rod, but our demonstrator only holds up to 2 chickens per rod. The procedure is the same with each chicken. The first single skewer will go into the breast or around the breast. It doesn't make any difference. The double skewer goes between the chickens. For the legs, you want to pay special attention. Each leg can be wrapped around one of the tines of the skewers, and then the skewers push together, giving the chickens a plump shape, which they will hold once they're cooked. Make sure that the end skewers are especially tight, then the middle skewers aren't going to go anywhere. The chickens can then be turned over and the wings cocked back for appearance. If one of the wings doesn't hold this shape, just snip off the wingtip and it won't flail around. This much of the procedure can be done up to a day ahead of time, but don't put any seasoning on the outside until it's ready to go into the oven. Put 1 or 2 rods on a meat tray and cover it up with plastic wrap. When you're ready, you can peel off the wrap and start seasoning the chickens. Go a little heavier on the meatier portions, but if you skip a space, the rotisserie action will roll the juices around the chicken. Also, there isn't a lot of meat on the back of the chicken, but a lot of people like the flavor of the skin, so we put a little seasoning on there too. Now the chickens are ready to go into the rotisserie. Now the chickens are ready to go into the oven. Fill the water pan 1/2 to 2/3 full. This will be enough for the entire day. To load the rod, first of all you put the pointed end of the rod into the right hole all the way, lifting slightly so that the rod goes in all of the way. Then the squared end fits into the motor sleeve and the whole rod slides all the way to the left so that the rounded part of the rod drops down on the right hand bushing. The doors can be closed. The temperature should be set all the way up for chickens, 500 to 550 degrees. Turn on the motor using a switch between the thermostat and timer. There will be a separate switch and a separate motor for each rod. We can set the timer for 90 minutes. Both the timer and the thermostat have to be on for heat, and when the timer gets back to 0, it will shut the heat off. With the commercial oven, if you're cooking more than 1 rod at a time, switch the top and bottom rods halfway through the cooking. This is because heat rises and it gets hotter at the top. With the 4-spit oven, switch the very top and very bottom rods, and most customers will also switch the center too. That's it until the chickens are done. Please note, the chickens always look done before they actually are. The best way to see if they're done is with a meat thermometer. They should register to at least 180 degrees internally. If it goes higher, that doesn't hurt anything. This is because the water pan at the bottom of the machine catches the drippings, greatly reducing smoke coming out of the machine, and gives it a high humidity inside to keep the chickens juicy and tender. The chickens are cooking in a high temperature, high humidity, true rotisserie oven, which combined with our seasoning makes them WondeRoast. The chickens are now over 180 degrees internal temperature, so they're ready to come off the rotisserie. First, turn off the motor and then open the doors. Lift the right hand part of the rod and slide it all the way to the right, and then swing it out. With one tray under each chicken, they'll rest evenly, and you can loosen the thumb screws and slide the rod out. Then pull out the skewers, and they're ready to be bagged. The first bag is our basic one. Slide the chicken legs first into the bag with the breast even with the opening so the customer can still see the chicken. Next, we have our premium window bag, which can also be used in an open air warmer when you need to seal the bag. Slide the chicken's leg first, but all the way so that you can fold over the end and seal the bag. The customer can still see the product. Ingredient labels are still on the bags. They both can be reheated in a conventional or microwave oven. Instructions are on the bags, and barcodes are on the sides and bottoms of the bags.